also because I already have enough fucking anxiety being in this parking lot. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm trying to find a place to put my goddamn car without hitting another car.
Or a person.
This is why I don't drive very much, guys.
I drive everywhere for this reason.
Hello, everybody. I'm Miranda, and this is Nick.
Wait.
Welcome to the Ranting Podcast. We're back again for another, what's supposed to be the Am I the Asshole Files? I don't know, whatever. It's fucking episode 135. Hello.
Jesus.
So.
Yes. It's now Am I the Asshole Files internally.
Yeah.
Just so we can track it. But other than that, I mean, externally, it's episode 135.
It's episode 135.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. Today, we're going to take turns reading 4 stories in total. But before we get started, how you doing today?
It's been a long one.
It's been a long one.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating half a day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's all right, I guess.
Yeah,
How about you?
I could definitely, eat a lot of food and just sit for a moment and, not really think about anything.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Ideally. So
we need 2 Saturdays.
God, I know. I wish it was that simple.
Honestly, another Saturday and another Sunday.
Yeah.
That would be extraordinary.
Yeah.
Because then you get extra day to relax, and then you got an extra day to prep for your week.
Yeah, I mean, in the same way that I wish I could get 8 hours of sleep between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., I feel like I could have a full week to get my shit done and also have a full week to recover.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're really just making your own shit there, huh?
I wish. Somebody should have put me in charge of things.
Making your own calendar.
Know. Yeah. I'm just saying, if I would have been put in charge of things, we'd all have a lot more fun.
Oh, God. Except for the people that don't want an extra week.
Then go get another job. I don't give a fuck. That's your business, not mine. I'm talking about what I want.
Oh, God. That's why you can't be queen for a day.
I'm just saying, if you want to do something with that extra time, you are free to do what you want.
For real, though, it would be nice to have a couple extra days.
Yeah.
A couple extra hours even, something, because there's just not enough time.
Yeah.
In the day or the week.
Yeah, I wish I could split into 2 of me and then
that would be so cool.
Oh.
You can get so much done.
What a world.
It would be, though.
How nice would things be if we could just make shit up on the fly and it just came true? All right. Anyway.
Oh, good.
All right, moving on.
All right.
So,
what you got?
As always, at the end of the episode, we're going to be putting in our votes for the biggest asshole of the episode. And we always want to hear what you guys have to say, so be sure to chime in the comments and let us know what you think. So, the first story that I've got, I titled it The Space Saver. Or I guess that's the name I gave them. Yes. Okay. The story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Let Someone Save a Parking Spot by Standing in It?
Okay. All right.
I went to a social gathering at a park with a group of people I see pretty regularly. Parking was limited and open spaces were hard to find. I eventually found an empty parking space and started pulling up to park. Someone I know was physically standing in the space because she was trying to save it for a friend. I pulled up but stopped and never touched her with my vehicle or tried to drive into the space while she was standing there. She tried talking to me, but it was pretty obvious she wanted me to move along so she could continue saving the space. I wasn't interested in arguing about it, so I put my vehicle in park, turned off the engine, and waited. Basically, my attitude was, I'm not going to force you out of the space, but I'm also not going to drive away just because you're standing there saving it. After maybe 30 seconds, she gave up and walked away, and I parked. She approached me afterward and explained the context. Apparently, she had invited a friend who was coming for the first time, and she wanted to make sure that person had an easy place to park. She was concerned that it wouldn't look good to tell her friend there was a spot available and then not have one for them. She had also pointed out some other places where I could potentially park when I first arrived. I understand her reasoning. I actually think wanting to help a friend who's attending for the first time is a nice thing to do. My issue is that I don't think that makes the parking spot her spot to give away. As far as I'm concerned, the parking there is first come, first served. If the other parking options she pointed out were good enough for me, I figured they were also options for her friend. If I arrive late somewhere and all the convenient parking spaces are taken, I accept that I might have to park farther away. I don't expect somebody else to give up a space for me. During our conversation afterward, I asked her if saving parking spaces like this was something she did regularly, and she essentially said yes. I told her that I thought that was a douchey thing to do. To be clear, I didn't call her a douche. I said I thought the practice of physically standing in parking spaces to save them was douchey. She didn't want to continue the conversation after that, which is obviously her choice. For me, the principle is pretty simple. I can understand and even respect why somebody wants to make something easier for their friend without accepting responsibility for making that happen. Her wanting to save her friend a convenient parking space doesn't mean I'm obligated to give up an available first come, first serve space. I also don't want to automatically give in to someone just because refusing creates an awkward social interaction. I'm trying to get better about standing up for myself instead of complying with something simply because another person expects me to. So am I the asshole for refusing to leave the parking spot and waiting for her to move?
No, absolutely not. I don't think so. I mean, I think you handled it very well because you just put it in park and kind of just waited her out. So
I mean, she only waited like 30 seconds.
Exactly.
She didn't even wait that long.
You could have been like a douchier person. Could have done more. You know what I mean? They could have actually started backing into the space, and you know what I mean? Now, this is like the one thing that I want to note, though, that this is a friend. Mm-hmm. Just fucking keep that in mind in the fucking comments, right? Mm-hmm. This is a friend. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's a super close friend, but more of acquaintance, maybe, whatever. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure they call that friend.
Yeah, I think they said, hold on, let me find it. They just said someone I know was physically standing in the space because she was trying to save it for a friend.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily their friend. It's just someone that they know.
So I think that's kind of a factor, but it really doesn't change my opinion at all. I think you handled it well. You just kind of parked there and waited for her to move. I definitely don't think it's right that she thinks that she can just keep this fucking parking spot for her friend. Because why, if I can park somewhere else, why can't your friend park somewhere else? And then I know it's going to be easier for them to get to the venue or whatever. But if they just drop a pin, right, or share the location or whatever, right, and share it with you, you can go meet them wherever the fuck they parked. Yeah, they don't need to take the parking spot that I came up on first.
Exactly.
So
I don't know. I definitely, when I first read it, I was like, okay, in the grand scheme of things, how fucking, really, it's a parking spot. Just go find another, move on, whatever. But then, the more I started, thinking about it and stuff, the more I was like, well, even if I was the friend who was having a spot waiting for me, I would be almost paranoid that maybe you didn't get a spot that's there's a difference between parking in a spot in my car and parking in a spot in your car. There are definite spots that I wouldn't try to navigate your car into that I would easily be able to get mine into.
Because I back into spots, or what do you mean?
Well, because you have a bigger car than I do.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is how awkward would it be that you're the friend that rolls up and she's like, hey, I saved this spot for you for 30 minutes. And you're like, I can't fit in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Or then you have to try and fit in and now you squeeze in because you're like, thanks.
Or you have to parallel park and you're not a strong parallel parker.
Exactly. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, just let people find their own fucking spaces.
It's really not that big of a deal.
That would stress me out more being the person having a spot saved for me than anything else.
And it's definitely unnecessary because I'm sure there's plenty of parking. You know what I mean? Now, I will say on the other kind of side of it, this was say it was a group of 3 best friends, right? That would change it for me. If I was the one that pulled up on the parking spot and one of my best friends was like, hey, I'm saving this for our other best friend, right? And for some reason they needed to be closer for whatever fucking reason, I would definitely navigate a little differently. Yeah. Because that relationship, we're so close, and I'm like, you know what? I fucking get it. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to go park somewhere else. But this isn't that.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't think you're the asshole for it at all, and I think you handled it very tastefully.
Yeah. I mean, it's still, for me, I probably would have, I don't even know that I would have stopped. I probably would have just been like, hey, drive along, find a new spot or something. I don't even know that I would have stopped and talked to her. But that's just me.
But that goes against what OP's trying to do, trying to stand up for himself.
Yeah. So, they're just trying to get a parking spot and then da-da-da. But then, I don't know, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's that deep, but I also don't think that you're wrong for parking in an open parking space.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and
I don't know.
Her holding it is just, it's super extra. Like, they can park anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I even maybe would have been like, well, are they on their way? Like, are they coming up? Is it the car behind me?
Are they here?
Or something, because like if I go park my car and I walk past you and I go in and go do the thing and you're still out there waiting, I'm gonna fucking jump you and I'm gonna come and take that parking spot.
Oh, God.
I'm not, but
OP definitely handled it tastefully for sure.
Yeah. Just
kind of waited it out. I'm surprised she walked away within 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's another thing too, is like
you really didn't want this spot that much.
Yeah. You didn't really seem to protest. They said that she was just kind of like making it seem like, that she wanted to save the spot, but you didn't say that outright. They parked and you waited like 30 seconds and they were like, well, okay. I don't think you cared that much about saving the spot. I don't know.
Oh, God. Didn't this happen in The Big Bang Theory with Sheldon? He got a parking space up against the building, I think it was. But, like, he doesn't even have a car.
Yeah.
So, like, he just moved, like, his whiteboard and, like, a chair into the fucking spot or some shit.
Yep.
Like, get the hell out of the way. Like, what?
Exactly.
You don't need
you're
this.
You're just being fucking ridiculous.
Yes, you're being extra right now.
Yeah.
OP definitely could have crossed a line. I mean, I don't know. Because it's a friend or acquaintance or whatever you want to call him, it definitely could have stepped over a line, cussing her out or calling her names or whatever. It could have escalated to something that it didn't need to be. I think OP handled it perfectly.
Yeah.
Just kind of waited her out and like, okay, I'm going to park here, but I'm just going to wait for you to move.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think about the people, like, because I didn't realize that this was a thing until, I don't know, I think I saw a video about it that somebody like got out and stood there to like save a parking spot or something. Like they were in a parking lot and like the passenger got out and ran over to the spot so that the driver could come around. What do you think about stuff like that? Is there a time limit or just like, no, either you get the spot or you don't?
I would say you get the spot or you don't. I don't think it needs to. It all comes down to escalation for me. Mm-hmm. Like there's some people that get shot over this kind of shit, especially in the States. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure this actually just happened.
Probably
not too long ago. But anyways, so I think it all comes down to kind of what the environment is, what the reason is. So like that's example that you just gave. I can't really piece it together in my mind why you would do this, but the example that you gave was that you were two people in a car, the passenger jumped out to go save the spot while the person went around. Can't see where that would make sense, but I'm sure it's possible. That would make sense to me because they're going to be back in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is there a time limit? Like at what point would I start getting irritated if I saw this? So
I couldn't, though, like, I couldn't imagine like us or, we're in a car, right? We're in my car and we go to, Walmart or whatever, right? We go to the store and we see the spot. I'm like, hey, jump out, go grab that for me while I circle the fucking, what?
I
would. And I want your arms out like this.
I just pictured the face that I would be making if you said that. I would literally be like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Malachi, get out. Go save that spot.
No.
Why would you need to do that?
Yeah,
I can't wrap my head around that. But if it was a situation that made sense, then maybe. But like at the same time, it's at the end of the day, it's a body versus a car.
Yeah.
And there are some crazy, I don't know how, well, I mean, I do know how other countries, at least the ones we've been to, you know what I mean? How they kind of operate, and they're not as fucking crazy as Americans most of the time, at least aggressive. But that's one thing that I would be worried about, having somebody get out, especially like if it's dark.
That part,
so like if they're going to a concert or something like that, like somebody can't see you or,
Well, yeah, I mean, that was also another thing too, is like, I don't just like stand around in parking lots. I'm like, get to my fucking car, go to where I need to be, because like you said, people fly through parking lots like it's nobody's fucking business. 100%. So I'm not like standing around waiting for anything. I'm getting the fuck out of that place.
Yeah, as you should, especially like if it is like an event
Especially
or
if it's
something
an
like that.
event. Get me the fuck
People
out
are
of this
excited.
parking
People are
lot.
moving quickly. It's dark.
Yeah,
whatever.
there's a lot of people moving around. They're trying to figure out around cars, trying to look for spaces. Like, there is a lot of opportunity for an accident to happen, and I'm not waiting around to see how much I can withstand from a car.
And I can't say that I've ever seen somebody do this in real life. I don't think I've ever seen somebody just standing in a spot like.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody
kind of
standing, saving a space.
That's very weird.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't think it's
in
necessary.
person. I've never done it either. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just like OP said. It's first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Your body is not going to take up that parking spot.
Right? Yeah. I don't know.
A little absurd. At the end of the day, OP is absolutely not the asshole in my book. And like I said, how people handle themselves in these stories kind of, that's what kind of makes me lean one way or the other. Where a lot of people in comments, like, they don't really care about, it's all just black and white, or right and wrong, all that kind of stuff. You gotta, and I kind of equate it to like peeling back the layers of an onion. You know what I mean? Like, there are layers to every single story. If you're going to sit here and just analyze the one thing, because you're only getting the one side of it, right?
Oh, yeah. But that's how they all are.
Exactly. But you just got to, like, you got to see it from both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this one I think is pretty cut and dry. It's definitely not the asshole in my book. And get the fuck out of the parking spot.
So I actually went and it was like I just did a quick search of like the the find in page, and I just typed in the acronyms. So there was roughly 45 not the assholes.
Oh.
There was roughly 7 everyone sucks here. And then there was also roughly 7 you're the assholes.
Okay.
So I got one of each.
That's interesting. We should start doing that. I like that. Okay.
So the first comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The first comment said, easiest not the asshole ever. You can't stand in spaces to save them. It's first come, first serve. And if she's pointing out there are other places you could potentially park, then she should tell her friend about them.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
The second one.
I'm not worried about these.
Yep. Said, I'm going to turn around and disagree with everyone here. You're the asshole.
Of course.
She was physically in that spot. She was using it. Operating a car alone doesn't entitle you over people on foot. She could have been at the party, but was standing out there on her own 2 feet, not using a lawn chair or traffic cone to claim a space. You bullied her out of the space and then harassed her over it later so you could go on feeling good. First come, first serve, you say? She was there first.
This is why I have to back off from comments, is people like this.
Oh yeah, that's
like I want to interact with you and I want to have a conversation, but some people they're this fine person.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
That's your opinion?
Like, I get it. The whole like they were standing in this space, because truly, if I see someone like standing in a parking space or like getting in and out of their car, I don't even like wait. I'll just go find another space or something like that.
If there's no spaces around, though.
But yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Obviously, if there's no spaces, then I would be like, "Can I get in?"
You're a people pleaser.
One of these things. But no, like when you're trying to like, I've even done it the other way where like. It was one time we were at the mall and we were like taking our stuff to the mall or to the car, and we were going to go back in and see a movie, and somebody was like waiting for the space, and I could tell that that's what they were waiting for. And I just did like we're not leaving, like one of those things. And they were like, oh, okay. And then they drove away. But that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I would be like,
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, but again, that's what I'm saying. It's me. I'm just not like, I wouldn't think it's that big of a deal either. I'd be like, there's probably other parking spaces. It's fine.
Yeah, but if it's like, like the Ren Fair.
Yeah, that's
where there's
true.
one up front or there's one 2 miles down the parking lot.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
Get the fuck out of the way.
That's fair.
Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then also the second half where did he harass her?
By calling her a douche, I guess, and like asking her
but
if
he
this
even
is something
said,
that she does. Oh, sorry. Didn't call her a douche.
Yeah.
Said that what she was doing was douchey.
Yeah. That's a big difference to me. Your action is douchey. You're not a douche. I'm just saying. That's far from harassment, too. What,
I mean,
what a fucking
square. I feel like we're having 2 different conversations. All All right.
I don't see the fucking harassment though, but
I don't think it was harassment, but I do
Whatever.
agree that like you're saying like, oh, that's a douchey thing to do. I'd be like, you're calling me a dude? Like you are. It's a roundabout way of calling her a douche.
Your action is douchey.
That's exactly. It's not what you said, it's how you said it.
God, see, that's the problem.
Well, there you go.
That's the problem.
Watch your fucking mouth.
God.
All right. So
wash it because it's douchey.
Ew.
You should probably move on.
That's for your vagina.
Oh, God.
right.
That's so funny.
Last.
What you get? So this one is everyone sucks here?
Yes.
Okay.
So the last comment said, everyone sucks here. Her for saving a spot by standing in it when there were other spaces. You for your self-righteous rant like you're the self-appointed god of parking. Jesus fucking Christ. Also, if there were other spaces, you could have parked in one instead of forcing the situation. It's almost like you wanted a confrontation. Unnecessary escalation makes you slightly more of an asshole than her. But there was...
Okay.
I wanted to make a point to get one of each.
I like it though. I like how you did that.
Yeah.
That's why I need to get better at when I see a comment, like in our own comments. I need to get better at when I see a comment that's just I don't agree with. Right? I need to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah.
Right? And just pass on by. But like when people just put out some crazy shit, like this to me, if I saw this in our comments, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? So I would write up something to be like, just to kind of like interact with the person.
Yeah.
Because I like interacting with people in the comments, but like, there's some people I just can't. I can't.
Some people I don't bother. There was one the other day on the Moaning Mona video. And it was like the very first comment, and it was on Facebook, and this chick was like, oh my God, you're fucking Karens, and like, you guys will find anything to bitch about, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I would hate to see what you look like in bed or something. And I was like, there is a difference.
Oh, I saw that one.
Between being in bed
Yeah.
and being in public.
Yeah.
Where people can hear you.
And see you.
Yeah, and I was like, but you know what? If that's your thing, then by all means, boo-boo, do you. I was like, I'm not going to go, even if they had responded, I was like, I'm not going to go back and forth. But I just thought it was funny that we're like talking about this story about how she's loudly moaning, and she was like, oh my God,
that's why.
Fuck you podcasters.
No
and
matter,
I was like,
I don't give a fuck.
All right.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha. I don't give a fuck about your opinion.
I was like, girl, that is the first and last time I've ever seen your name come across
exactly.
anything. Move along.
Yeah. Now, if it's like one of our like regulars or like OG ranters or something like that, then I'm like,
I like having more conversation and stuff.
I've never got into it with one of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But they don't say stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because then also it almost is like you can tell a difference between like people that have been watching and like almost get kind of like how we go through things and stuff, or even like listen to the full episode or something.
That's the biggest thing. A lot of people just take the fucking short and they think that they get the whole story, the whole conversation. Because I'll see them talk about stuff that we talk about in the episode, but not in the short. And I'm like, if you just
I know.
go watch the episode.
Well,
we talk
it's
about
really
that,
hard
but-
to cut down a sometimes like 20-minute
100%,
conversation to 3 to 6 minutes.
Yeah, but the point is like some people. That's another thing too, is that it doesn't matter what opinion you have on any of these stories. It truly doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, people
because
are-
once it hits the masses, once it hits the fucking like the public, there's gonna be 1,000 different opinions, and it's like some just don't fucking make sense to me.
No, but that's kind of why I've like tried to get more into this habit of looking at the different comments.
That's fair.
Because I would before try to just take like the top comments, and then I was like, no, let's spice it up a little bit and see, get some different perspectives and maybe have different points of view to talk about, and I don't know.
No, I like it. So you're gonna do that from now on then for your stories?
Probably just try to
So
see
what
if
if
we can get things. I don't know. Just
I like it.
More to chat about.
I'm
Why
definitely
not?
gonna. I mean, it's more data. It's more. It's not more layers, but it's just more.
It's just more to consider.
It is. It really is. But okay, so my question is though, before we move on, is that if you have one that's labeled not the asshole, are you still gonna do the Control F?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking the same thing, just in case, just to see like, okay, so the overall verdict was this, but this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, well, because for this one, especially, like I said, when I first read it, I was like, you're such an asshole. Like, what is your fucking problem?
OP?
And then, I was like, why are you going on about this fucking parking spot? Like, it's not that big of a deal. But again, that's
if it's the
just
rent fair?
because I don't think shit's that big of a deal. We still had to fucking walk from half across the county. It doesn't matter.
No. If there was a spot up front, we pulled up front. There was a spot. Somebody was standing there like this. Like, oh, no, my friend's coming. And then we had to drive 2 miles down the
I guess.
parking lot. You know
what
I mean?
Yeah, but even like
That
I
would piss me
said,
off.
I don't like analyze it like that when I'm trying to find a parking space. If I see someone in it, I keep fucking moving. Like, I just go. If I have to loop back around, then I'll loop back around. But, I mean, maybe I just have more patience than other people, I guess. I don't know. Also because I already have enough fucking anxiety being in this parking lot. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm trying to find a place to put my goddamn car without hitting another car.
Or a person.
This is why I don't drive very much, guys.
I drive everywhere for this reason.
When I drive, I park in like the exact same spot everywhere I go.
God. Oh, goodness. That's funny. Okay.
Well, I don't know. It's easier to find your car that
That's
way.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. So now that we got off track, back on track, off track
there we
again.
Go.
That was...
That was the first one, right?
That was our first Am I the Asshole story.
All right, I'm calling this one Unannounced Guest. So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Not Letting My Parents In After They Drove 4 hours to See Me? Ooh. I, 23 female, moved out shortly after high school because I just couldn't deal with them anymore. So much drama and chaos growing up. I would be lying if I said they didn't do a lot for me, and I do love them, but like from a distance. My feelings are just so complicated. So one day I'm out grocery shopping and I happen to check Life 360. They are literally 40 minutes away from my place. We don't have family out here, so I knew they were coming to see me. I called them immediately and just blew up in their face. I told them that they better turn around because I'm not home and I'm not coming home. I probably should have waited until I was more calm before reacting, but here we are. They stayed there for a while because they couldn't believe that I would actually turn them away. Even after I was done shopping, I felt like I couldn't go back to my own house because they'd be waiting for me. After they eventually left, 2 hours later, they went on and on about how disrespectful I am, about how they did everything for me growing up, and how some parents just throw their kids out. Personally, I feel like they think the world revolves around them and that I should cater to them whenever. There is a reason I moved out so young in this shit economy. So the fact that they think I should just drop whatever I'm doing just to see them pissed me off so bad. Had absolutely no idea about my plans or if I had been working. And here's the edit to clarify a lot of stuff she just said, because I think she was just like brain dumping. Mm-hmm. There's no commas. There's no nothing.
Yeah,
like,
I was going to say it sounds like a kind of like angry ramble.
It's just a brain dump kind of thing. Yeah. So this is the edit to clarify a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
For those asking about our relationship, I don't know how to give any more context without basically trauma dumping and sharing too much online. It kind of just felt like 18 years of the Jerry Springer show. Ghetto and ridiculous. Also, I am almost certain that my brother is on Reddit and would probably see this and know right away that it's me. As for the Life 360, I do have my location turned off. I probably should delete it, but I just haven't. I still get notifications about their phone needing to be charged, etc., but I just ignore it. This time I got a notification that they were at a certain rest stop about 40 minutes away from my home. That I couldn't really ignore, and sure enough, they were en route to my home. As for my mom posting her perspective, it's bullshit. My mom doesn't even know what Reddit is and can barely work Facebook. But now that I think about it, it does sound like something that my brother might do. So again, am I the asshole for not letting my parents in after they drove 4 hours to see me?
Wow. Nah, I don't think you're the asshole. That is a lot. I mean, especially like it sounds like you had a really complicated relationship with them. So it probably takes a lot of like mental, emotional preparation to like get ready to be in a situation with them. So for them to just like, ta-da! I mean, yeah, it probably just threw you into, clearly it seems like it just threw you into a fucking spiral.
Oh, yeah.
Like you didn't really know how to react. I think that was, it's similar to like the fight and freeze, like the kind of like like the stress response. Is that what I'm thinking?
Fight or flight?
Of? Fight or flight. Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Okay.
Fight, flight, or freeze. That's what it is. That's what
Okay.
I was thinking. I just couldn't collect my brain.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of what it seems like, that because she just had this information thrown at her, she wasn't ready for it. It's obviously something that causes her a lot of distress. So she reacted by fighting.
Okay.
It's a natural response.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't think that you're wrong, because again, like you were just trying to protect yourself. And I mean, yeah, I don't like it when people drop in on me either. So I fucking get it.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I
fair.
don't like that at all.
Especially from 4 hours away. Like, you could have called.
You could have called me 4 hours ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I guess
should have called me.
3 hours and 20 minutes?
Honestly, you should have called me 5 hours ago, so I could have told you not to waste your time.
Yeah, we should have coordinated this. Yeah, and then
Yes.
Opie has a great point about they didn't know. And I know it was kind of like a brain dump. So, like, the whole thing was kind of a mess. But I didn't want to change too much to take away from her, you know. But one thing that they said, had absolutely no idea about my plans or if I had been working.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting because, like, how do you know?
Exactly. It's so inconsiderate to just drop in on people. So, like, parent, child, I don't give a fuck. Like, don't do it. I mean, once you guys, especially, like, you're living your own life outside of their house, they don't have direct access to you anymore. That's just what it is.
You need to get rid of that app. I do know there was a lot of people in the comments that I noticed how they were saying, they were talking about the Life 360 and the location, and they know where she is and all that kind of stuff. Her location is off.
Yeah.
So they can't, I think. I've never had Life 360.
Well, it sounds like they wouldn't have been able to see what she was doing, but either way, like, it still stands that they were just dropping in on her.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah.
You need to get rid of that app, too.
I mean, what difference would it have
23?
made? Honestly, obviously, because you said that you should have, like, you just reacted. You wish that you would have waited until you would calm down. If this ever happens again, I would just be like, I'm out of town or something. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm at the store. Just say, like, I'm out of town. And then hopefully they won't wait around for 2 hours and you can go right home.
Exactly.
But obviously, hindsight's 20/20. Didn't think of it at the time.
Right.
I probably wouldn't have thought of it either.
One thing that I am kind of judging her on, though, now that I'm kind of reading it again, is that how she starts it. 23 female, moved out shortly after high school, so around 18, we can assume, because I just couldn't deal with them anymore. And you've had Life 360 for 4 years?
I mean, well, she might have had it, like, connected still for some time. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But anyways, like, you need to sever that.
Yeah. I mean, part of me is like, maybe you should keep it on just so you can see where they are. So you can be prepared.
This is how you force your child to move to another state and not fucking tell you where they are. Because like this right here, this is a huge boundary issue. I was going to say, like, it almost sounded like maybe they were just really smothering. And, like, that's why she was like, I had to get out. I had to move away. But, yeah, it sounds like they're pretty fucking chaotic and, like, spontaneous and just said it was like Jerry Springer. So I can only imagine ghetto and ridiculous.
Yeah, just, I don't blame you for leaving.
No, not at all.
It sucks that you had to. And, like she said, when I moved out so young in a shit economy,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that will only happen if they really, really, really need to get out.
I guess a lot of older people are actually staying at home nowadays, which is fucking weird. But I mean, if it works for you.
I mean, if it works,
whatever.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I can see why she's not in that kind of demographic or whatever.
Yeah.
Because, I wouldn't deal with that shit either. Like, you got to get out.
Fuck no.
But
I would have left too.
I don't know if 4 hours is far enough. I hate to say it.
I don't think it is. It doesn't seem like it is. I feel
and they have no family in the area. There's nothing keeping you there. Like, if they keep stepping over that boundary,
maybe see if you can transfer from your job to a different place.
Yeah, exactly.
Like across the country. Yeah. They won't have an option to just show up.
But like,
or I guess they still could, but now you're across the country.
Not if you don't tell them where you live.
Stranded.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean,
I don't think she's the asshole, though.
No,
Definitely
not at all.
Not. There's no way.
Do you think that there is a better way she could have handled it before we move on?
Like I said, obviously, if you had waited and like just taken a deep breath and not immediately reacted, probably could have come up with like a good lie or something to get them to leave so that you could go home. I don't know if it's like, I don't know, a situation where they would know that you pull up. If they're waiting right outside your house, I imagine that they would. Yeah, just definitely take a beat next time maybe, and like take a moment to collect your thoughts and figure out the better way to handle it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you're wrong for like telling them not to show up or anything. But obviously, if you're dealing with chaotic people, sometimes you do have to think ahead about your own reaction to something that they're doing. Because if you react up here, then they're going to react up here, and you guys just keep going and going. So that's what I'm saying. You almost have to be smarter than them and like not give them what they want without them realizing that that's what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's weird, though, is that she called them when they were still 40 minutes out at this rest stop, right? And blew up in their face is what she says.
Yeah.
And they still decided to finish the trip and then wait outside for 2 hours.
Yeah.
This is...
I mean, honestly, yeah, maybe there's just, no matter what you do, they're just going to keep overstepping, which brings us back to maybe 4 hours isn't far enough away.
Yeah.
So...
You gotta move farther.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, en esta economía, I don't know how, but yeah.
Or, I mean, you don't even have to move across the country, just... maybe change houses, different town.
I mean, even still,
then they can't find
like, yeah, it's just
unless they start,
depending
like,
on where
stalking.
you live, it's just not that easy to like
Yeah.
up and move like that. So I don't know, obviously, without like getting too deep into like personal details and stuff like that we need to figure this out.
But how do you know that they're not going to show up in the middle of the night and expect to come in your house?
Yeah.
Fuck that. No, you need to go.
Yeah.
Like, this is...
I would definitely look into moving.
These are
for sure.
these are parents you need to cut off.
Yeah.
There's a lot better. There are a lot better ways to go about this. For, I guess, I would think that more so on the parent side than OP side, because I mean they could have handled it significantly better. And why did you just go to her house after you knew she didn't want you there? She was busy, whatever, and you just wait there for 2 hours.
I'm guessing that they thought that they were going to be able to like bully her into getting into the house. So that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously in an ideal situation, you could move somewhere where there's like a different, like 2 different points of entry or something, and you can get it like if it's an apartment building.
Yeah. I mean,
obviously, this is so much extra. Nobody
really
should
is.
have to do anything like this.
You gotta move.
That's why it's so hard coming up with like different suggestions, because you shouldn't have to do this shit. You really shouldn't have to move, and it's not that easy to just be like, oh, just up and move. It really isn't.
Yeah.
So I don't
move.
know.
I don't know, but you can't deal with this.
Yeah.
You can't deal with this.
Yeah.
This is awful.
Well, at the end of the day, you're not the asshole. So.
Absolutely. So you don't want the question again?
No, I don't think I need it.
Okay. I definitely think not the asshole. The overall Reddit verdict was not the asshole. I grabbed 3 comments.
Okay.
The first one is not the asshole. Who makes a 4-hour drive to visit someone without asking if it's okay? They are grown-ass adults. They are trying to guilt OP for having boundaries and calling them out for their entitled behavior. Which, I mean... That's perfectly said, too, because, like, how do you make that 4-hour drive and then wait 2 hours?
I would never...
I'm going to let you in when I get home.
I wouldn't drive more than, like, 30 minutes to see somebody without being like, hey, you up for company?
I mean, I wouldn't even go 30 minutes. Like,
honestly,
always call first. Always.
No.
The next one I thought was pretty interesting. I actually grabbed 2 responses for this one. So it starts the top comment. I think you could have handled it better. A caller message like, and I'm going to read the whole message that they would say. Hey, I see that you are about 40 minutes away from my house. I don't know what your plans were today, but if you were thinking of stopping by, I didn't know you were coming and I am not at home. Don't plan to be home for several hours. I'm sorry to miss you. Please give me a call next time you're thinking about driving out here so we can plan better. Be safe driving home would suffice.
That would
Gentle,
be perfect.
you're the asshole.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it is better.
With that part,
I don't think it is better. But so here's the response. Not really. That phrasing would work great for parents who actually respect boundaries. Parents who drive 4 hours unannounced and sit outside your place for 2 hours usually see polite decline text messages as an invitation to guilt trip or to negotiate.
Exactly.
OP did react a bit, but a polite text probably wouldn't have stopped them from waiting on her doorstep either. Which I thought was very interesting because I completely agree.
That is
because
a really
you
good
even
point.
blew up at them
And they still
40
showed
minutes,
up.
and they still showed up. So a
that's what I'm
gentle text
saying.
message? I don't think so. And then there's another response to that. Yeah, top commenter seems very kind and considerate, but they're also not operating from a place of understanding what fucked up parents are like.
Yep.
Unironically, good for them, but OP, you will never be the asshole for reasserting your boundaries to boundary pushers. And you don't owe politeness to people who are actively trying to manipulate you. Not that you were impolite, you just did not go the extra mile, which is what the original commenter said. You owed them. I'm sorry you are dealing with this. I thought that was a great thread because it really, and like I liked how respectful they were.
Yeah.
They saw the other person's point and like, I mean, you're not looking at this.
Well, that's what I was going to say is I feel like they definitely had good intentions with that suggestion.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I was saying is that you almost need to think ahead to like, think of, okay, how am I going to say this? How are they probably going to react to it? How am I going to handle that? Like, it's fucking exhausting and it's a mind fuck, but like, that's what the situation is when you grow up with people like this, or you have to deal with people like this.
Yeah, it's like the paralysis thing.
Kind of, yeah.
You know, you're just overthinking it. You know what I mean?
A little bit. Like well, it's not even. It's just trying to mentally prepare yourself for this fight that you're about to have because you're trying to lay down your boundaries. And these people are so fucking determined to just break them down.
No, I meant like the actual, like if somebody were to get in their head about like how to respond is what I was talking about. Like that paralysis thing. Like if I respond this way, sometimes you just got to lay your fucking boundaries down. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, again, with people like this, you can lay them down. They're probably not going to accept it, but that's why you really need to be prepared to get a little bit more drastic with it and start cutting off contact.
I mean,
all
either
these kind of things.
I wouldn't say no contact. I would say limited contact to the point where you don't have unannounced visitors and they don't know your address.
Yeah.
You can still have a relationship if you want, but it sounds like it's not really necessary. And it sounds like if they're going to be kind of pushing your boundaries so much too, that it may just be either very limited contact or like you had said, no contact at all. The last one is not the asshole. I don't know anyone who likes unexpected guests, especially not ones who drove so far but somehow couldn't have called along the way.
Yeah.
That was entitled behavior on their part. So
that's still fucking crazy.
4 hours.
4 hours?
Yeah. Like, you need to just move farther away.
For real. Let me make this incredibly difficult to where you have to put in a lot of money to try and surprise me.
This is like stalkish behavior. You know what I mean?
Something. I would, if I could, I would move so fucking far away.
All right,
I'm not even joking.
That was our, second Am I the Asshole?
Yes. So this story I'm calling The Clientele Controller.
Oh, okay.
And it is titled, Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Let My Client Know About Other Clients in Her Building? For some background, I'm a 23-year-old woman and I own my own pet care business. I started just this year but have picked up a decent group of clients. I started on Rover, but I didn't like the fees and decided to go independently, creating my own website, LLC, and business model and services. This particular client originally found me on Rover, but didn't start her services until some months later after I already switched off. Everything was fine for months, no problems or lapse in communication, so she was a client I took really good care of, gave her a large discount, and built my schedule around her needs. However, I began picking up more clients and was unable to be as flexible, which I explained. My first real grievance was when she asked me to bathe her dog since the groomers couldn't get her in. I thought it was a bit off considering it wasn't a service I provided, and I only ever offered to rinse her dog down if I brought her down to the beach. So her asking me to essentially replace her groomers with a free bath was something I wasn't sure how to take. When I explained that I had a client right after her and didn't want to be wet for the next client, she explained I would get soaked by the dog. She responded with, just bring a change of clothes, which really felt less like a request and more so just telling me to do it, which I didn't like.
This is not a service that she provides. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
While on my way up to start the service, I ran into a gentleman with a dog. The owner explained how he picks and chooses who to greet, and he thinks he knows if someone is a good dog person, to which I responded that I actually work with pets for a living, so he asked for my information. I mentioned this meeting with my client as he mentioned he was an owner of a restaurant in her area, and she explained that she already knows him and the dogs greet regularly. A few weeks later, he requested me to do a late afternoon walk. His service was, of course, completely separate from hers and in no relation to her. However, he mentioned the service to her on his own, and she explained how it was awkward for her because she didn't know and it caught her off guard. She went on to say that she sees me as just her dog sitter, so it was surprising to her that I walk other dogs in her building that she didn't know about. I thought this was crossing the line between a professional relationship and a possessive one, as I really didn't owe her a list of all the clients I have in her building. I felt like at this point she knew I was taking other clients in her building, so it felt like she genuinely wanted me to tell her about every new client I get in her building, which felt controlling.
Not how this works.
I simply explained to her that I didn't feel comfortable with that level of oversight in my business operations, and that I'm an independent business owner with multiple clients and never intended to come off as just her pet sitter and nobody else's. I explained that it didn't feel appropriate to share that information, regardless if it's in the same building, and I will continue to respect everyone's privacy equally. I still haven't received a response. I have no idea how she will respond or how to go about her response when she does. I personally do not think there is anything wrong with me denying that request. What do you guys think? Am I the asshole for refusing to let my client know about other clients in her building?
No, that's not how this works. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you. So that person is the same person that requested the service that she doesn't offer, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. You need to, I would definitely try to offboard her. I would try to offboard her off your, services and all that kind of stuff. Maybe give her contact information for somebody else. It's not working out or whatever. Obviously, you want to, especially being a young business owner, and wanting to keep the peace and keep people happy and avoid any kind of negative reviews, especially when a business is pretty new.
Yeah.
I would definitely understand you wanting to be careful of that, but if these kind of crazy things this sounds like an old white woman.
Kind of.
That just,
that's
you know what I mean?
Exactly what I picture.
That's exactly what I picture. She's asking for shit that you don't offer for services.
Yeah.
And now she wants you to be exclusive to her. Not only that, but now she wants to know everybody that you service inside her building. It's like, who the fuck are you? You're not involved in this business, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? You are a client, so I will treat you as such. But I do think she handled it very well. And if she did kind of say it just like that, I think she worded it very well.
I think so too.
To kind of keep that peace and all that kind of stuff.
Making it clear that she's going to maintain that equal privacy among all of her clients.
Where she kind of loses me is the end of it, where she's waiting on a response. She's not sure what she's going to do. You should know exactly what you're going to do. Yeah. And you need to stand on your fucking business.
I agree.
You need to, no matter what she says, it doesn't matter. But if this continues, you need to figure out a way to respectfully part ways. Yeah. Because you're, God, what's that saying? Your lowest paying client? Or no, the top 10% of your like highest paying clients or whatever is like 90% of your problems or whatever it is.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying.
Something like that. You know what I mean? And she's bringing a whole lot of problems that you don't even like have dedicated solutions for, like washing a dog.
Exactly.
That's not even a service you fucking offer. And then she's like, "Oh, don't worry, just bring a change of clothes." Who the fuck are you?
Shit to do.
Like, no, this is not a conversation that I'm going to entertain.
Yeah.
So I think she's handling it completely fine.
Yeah.
Exactly how she should too.
I agree.
I think the end though is really where you start kind of teetering for me, because now it's like you were just standing on business, right?
I feel like she's just second guessing herself.
Yeah. Now you really need to stick to your guns and be like, this is what it is. Like this is my business, not yours. And you need to protect that. Yeah.
So OP mentioned in the comments that she's working on like finding the line between being rude and just laying down her boundaries, especially because like she said, she just started this business within the year. Yeah. She's got new clients. So it seems like she's still kind of in that like like the beginning stages of her business where she feels like maybe she has to put up with this shit in order to get and or keep clients.
Okay.
Because she did, like, people were telling her, like, you need to get rid of this client. But she was like, I am just starting off, and like she pays a decent amount of money. So like I need to find somebody to replace her before I can just get rid of her.
Yeah.
Because she can't take that hit right now.
Yeah, right. So she is a high paying?
She said that she pays $400. I don't know if that's like a month, a week, or whatever, but she said that that she pays $400.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess that wouldn't really be applicable. I think it's like the lowest 10% of your payers are like 9% of your problems or something like that. I thought that she was going to fall into that category, but if she's a decent payer, then I mean, but still, you got to stick to your, you know what I mean?
Well, then another thing too that I was wondering was like maybe it's because you know how OP said that she gave her a nice discount. And she was working around her schedule. Like maybe that's why the woman got the impression that she was her only, or maybe she was more important than other clients.
So this is entitlement.
I think so. Okay. Yeah, but I'm saying like even if you inadvertently gave her that impression, she's still in the wrong for wanting to know everybody that you're working for in her building. Like no matter what, that's still not her business, and she needs to get back in her fucking place.
Maybe if that's the issue, maybe because like maybe you just gave too much like too much leeway or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's probably what happened, that you just thought like, oh my God, we have a good relationship.
And
we
now
work
she
well
thinks
together.
that they're friends.
Yeah. And now she thinks that maybe she's just on a higher pedestal than everybody else is.
Well,
so you got to, but that's why I like her response where she's like, I'm treating my clients equally.
Yes.
I think it's very important to keep that part in there.
There's no special treatment
clearly she
here.
doesn't feel equal to everyone else. So
she feels above.
Yeah.
Is what you mean. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need to bring her down a peg. And I think your response did just that.
Yeah.
And like I said, no matter what she fucking says, you stick to that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think there really is a whole lot of argument that she could put up, but I'm sure she'd find the audacity somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's an old white woman. I can only fucking imagine. What was the question again?
So the question was, am I the asshole for refusing to let my client know about other clients in her building?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I agree. And so the overwhelming consensus was not the asshole. There were no there were no other ones.
That is surprising.
So the first comment said, drop her and move on. You run a business. You aren't friends. No need to worry about it. Not the asshole. So just quick.
Yeah.
To the point.
I definitely disagree, though, with us talking through it, and she's trying to keep the peace, and that's like her original client stuff.
Exactly.
I don't think dropping her is going to do anything but give you a bad review.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that. But
I know. That's what I'm saying, too, is that like you're in a business where, I mean, obviously word of mouth is everything for businesses anyway.
Yeah.
But like, say that, you know, she ends up like going on walks, or not walks, I guess, because you are the dog walker. But like, if she knows other people with pets, you don't want to like start an issue and then she's like, don't use this pet walker. And then they start telling people.
She knows everybody in the building, too.
Yeah, so that's why it's hard. And then, you know, how she said she's a decent paying client. It's her first year. She's just trying to get her business off the ground.
That's the most frustrating thing for me in comments, whether it be on Reddit or our comment section or whatever, right? Is that people are so quick to just jump to like, nah, fuck that.
Oh, yeah.
No, fuck that. No, you're right or you're wrong. It's so black and white and everything. We're like, we talk through it. We kind of, you know, peel those layers back and all that kind of stuff. What I can appreciate is that OP didn't do the same thing that a lot of these fucking commenters do.
Yeah.
And she actually took the time to think about it, respond. You know what I mean? I think that's better than just be like, no, fucking drop her.
Yeah.
That's not really a viable option. You can at least try to save that client.
Yeah. So then the second comment said, not the asshole, and it's odd she would think she's your only source of income. Also, she's got zero right to know about your client roster.
I agree.
So I just, like I said, with the audacity that she thinks she's your only source of income. Like, girl,
I'm wondering,
especially if it's $400 a month. I know in like the whole grand scheme, that's a decent amount of money, but like, you think I'm surviving off of just that?
Yeah,
Come
right.
on.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think not to like victim blame or anything like that. But with this specific person, I'm wondering, like we said before, I wonder if you gave her too much of a leash, if you will.
I think so. Yeah, and like I said, I think it was done inadvertently, that you just thought you had like a good working relationship, and she just took it as something else.
So now she thinks that like you guys are friends rather than she being a client.
Or she thinks she's your boss, or like either way, there's some miscommunication that happened there, and that's what needs to be cleared up, is the point.
Well, I think that you making like time for her, like you did, you know, you really stepped out of your normal routine or whatever you want to say to kind of make it work for her. So I think she's just playing off of that, but you need to let her know.
Exactly.
Just like you did, you know, that's not what this is.
Yes. So this last one was the one that I thought was the best. Said, I think you need to set clear boundaries and be more assertive. Also, if you do not offer a service, simply say, I do not offer this service. Or if you choose to offer, say, for this service, there's an additional fee. No over explanation. I am in another field, but work as a contractor/consultant, and the amount of times clients try to ask about other clients and repeatedly is astounding. But I simply say, I do not disclose other clients. No further explanation needed.
Exactly.
If she continues, drop her as a client.
Yeah.
That's why I like that one. That's like, lay down your boundaries, be clear about it. And then, if she continues to keep trying, that's when you drop
And
her.
that's what I was saying. That's why she kind of lost me. That's why OP kind of lost me at the end, because she was like, well, I don't know what to do, you know, about when she responds or all that kind of stuff. No. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. Continue on that path, just like that last
I do sympathize, though, with her being like, I need to find somebody to fill that spot, though, because, like, I can't take that hit. So that's where I'm like, I get where you might feel, or, like, she might choose to keep putting up with the shit until she finds someone to fill that spot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's tough out here, so do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But hopefully,
there you go.
Hopefully you can just find, like, extra clients that will like triple the amount that she was bringing in, and then when she's gone, you're not even gonna miss it.
Exactly.
Ideally, so
that's fair.
I'm throwing you good vibes.
Good energy.
Yes.
I like it.
Well, all right, so now it's time for our fourth story.
I'm calling this one Shitty Fingers. So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole? Kid with special needs keeps bothering me. I've spoken to the mom, and she won't do anything about it. So I'm on a packaged holiday. Hotel is all you can eat. There's one family here. Oldest kid has some type of special needs, but for the past few days, he keeps putting his hands down the back of his shorts, rooting around, and then starts licking his fingers. Parents are pretty much letting him do his own thing. He helps himself to the food without tongs and talks to everyone, tries to give people hugs and all that. I spoke to staff who said they'll speak to him and even get someone to dish his food for him if needed. He tried talking to me and I made sure I kept my distance, and he tried hugging me and I stepped back. I spoke to the parents and said I feel really uncomfortable with him near me and my family and apologized for it. Anyway, we've booked a trip and the family is on our coach. This kid tried sitting next to me and I refused. The mom called me rude and I very politely and quietly said to her that I don't want to sit next to him due to his hygiene issues. She shouted at me and went, he's disabled, he can't help it. So I raised my voice and said, I don't want to sit next to someone who keeps playing with their bum and licking their fingers. I don't want shitty fingers near me. And now apparently she's the victim. The mom is now telling the son to bother me and the hotel won't do anything. So again, am I the asshole? Kid with special needs keeps bothering me. I've spoken to the mom and she won't do anything about it. How do we feel about shitty fingers?
Jesus fucking Christ. I was okay.
Don't eat at that buffet.
I would be leaving so fucking fast. Are you joking? Not eating your shit. God, yeah. So
maybe he licked it off all of his fingers before he touched the food.
No. Ugh. Ugh. Now your shit breath is on your shit fingers and you're touching everything.
And hugging everybody.
Ugh.
Touching the food, yeah.
Okay, so
what are we thinking?
Initially, I was thinking everyone sucks here.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously, disabled or not, you should be teaching him that he cannot be doing that. I hate it when people use that. There are very specific things where, like, if they really can't help it or whatever, but, like, I feel like if he's walking around interacting with people, you can be like, hey, stop digging in your ass.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to parent the situation.
Yes, exactly. Don't use their disability as an excuse for them to just fucking be wild as hell.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. And then be offended that people don't want to be around your disabled child because you let them behave this way.
And then even if they can't help whatever tick that is or whatever, you shouldn't allow him to walk around, touch people, and go serve his own fucking food.
Exactly. Yes. So I was going to say everyone sucks here just because of like his yelling about it.
To be fair, he did whisper first.
He did whisper first. So that's...
You yelled at me, I'm just matching your energy.
In all honesty, like, I don't think you're the asshole. I really don't. I definitely would have probably used a little bit more tact. But I don't know. I'm torn because on one hand, I don't want to make the kid feel bad. But on the other hand, somebody needs to let you know that what you're doing isn't okay. So, yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. Definitely probably could have been a little bit nicer about it. But in the grand scheme of things, I think you're right. I
mean, yeah. And also the last part, too. The mom is now telling the son to bother me, and the hotel won't do anything.
That right there. That's what moved it all the way to not the asshole for me. Because if we already have an interaction about how I don't want to be around your kid, and you tell your kid to come and be around me, I'm going to get very fucking mean very fucking fast. And whether you want me to be mean to you or your kid, you got to decide, but I'm being mean to somebody. Because you guys are not going to fucking come at me and like antagonize me on this. It's on what, like a trip that they're on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like an excursion.
We're not fucking doing that. I don't care. Yeah. I paid my money to be here and enjoy my time just like you and your fucking shitty fingers. Like, I'm going to enjoy my time. And
this isn't the first warning either, because before they even left the hotel, I spoke to the parents and said I feel really uncomfortable with him near me and my family, and apologized for it. I wasn't too sure about that. I wasn't sure if they apologized, because it just says and apologized.
Well, I'm sure if they're just like, sorry, but I'm just really uncomfortable with this or something. Like maybe being vague. And I get how that could make you come off like an asshole, because I'm sure, you know, like disabled people see it all the time where they're treated differently. People look at them weird, pointing, like all these different things.
Yeah.
That's probably how she took it. But at the same time, like, if you know that somebody is uncomfortable around your kid, why would you want to encourage your kid to continue to be around them?
Well, yeah. What my point is that he already spoke to the parents and said that he was really uncomfortable, right? And then you allowed your kid, you went through that whole thing, and then you allowed your kid to sit next to him, even though you know that he's uncomfortable, and he said that.
Yeah.
And now he's like, he was trying to whisper to you to keep it, you know, kind of low key or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then you start shouting at him. So like you escalated this thing. I gave you plenty of warnings, you know what I mean? And then you started yelling. So now I'm going to fucking yell at you. And now after all that, she escalated even more. Yeah. And now pretty much is sicking her son on this man.
No, I'd be like, bitch, you're about to get punched in the face.
I mean, I don't know what country you're in.
I'm not going to hit your kid, but I'll hit you.
Jesus.
But stick his fucking fingers in your mouth.
Oh.
Now I'm just saying, you think it's not a problem. Start sucking on him.
Oh God. So what do you think? Obviously. So what's your verdict?
Not the asshole, honestly.
Okay. What do you think would be a reasonable, from this point in the story, what do you think is the next logical step for Opie?
So, I mean, it sounds like they're on a cruise, right?
No. Why would they book a hotel on a cruise?
Oh, I guess, yeah. So what is this trip? I'm trying to figure out what this trip is that they're on, that they keep running into this same family. I don't know.
So anyway, it sounds like they're staying at the same hotel, and they booked a trip from the hotel. I'm assuming it's like a resort kind of thing or something like that, and they booked something through the hotel, and now they're getting on the coach, the bus, to go to this place.
Honestly, maybe anytime that you guys like find yourself in a similar area or something, like if you are going out on an excursion or something, just step aside with the person and say, hey, we've had a previous altercation with this family. I would appreciate it if in any situation where we need to be like paired off or like groups, we are not in a group with them. Just simple as that. You don't need to make a big deal about it, but just say there was a previous altercation.
So is this the tour guide or the manager of the hotel? Which one?
Anybody. That's what I would say. Okay. Or like even with the manager of the hotel also, I'd be like, just so you know, we had an altercation. I'm doing my best to keep my distance. I just want to let you know that should something come up again, just so you're aware of the situation that's happening. But yeah, I mean, and then do everything that you can to keep your distance. Make it clear when they do start doing that to say, excuse me, I'm trying to keep my distance, stay over here, whatever. But whatever you do, like, maybe don't yell at them like that anymore.
Yeah.
Because the reality of it is, because she has a disabled son, you are going to look like an asshole for yelling at them.
And also, like, any kind of, I know there's going to be people in the fucking comments that probably agree with your joke, because I know you're joking. But anybody that, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that agree with that. And there's some countries you don't fuck around in.
Yeah.
Like, if you do anything you're not supposed to in certain countries, you're not going to fucking trial. You're going straight to fucking prison. Yeah.
Yes.
This clearly isn't in the States, right?
Yeah.
So depending on where you're at, you strike somebody, especially when there's like a disabled kid involved, whatever it is. I don't care what your fucking opinion is on it. That's a bad look.
Exactly.
Not only does it look bad, but if you could, I mean, we've seen people that go to foreign countries that bring something they're not supposed to or something like that, and they spend fucking 10 years in prison. So now you're talking about striking somebody. You know what I mean? That's
I
not...
mean, obviously, I don't hit anybody.
No, I know, but there will be some people in the comments like, oh, I would fucking hit that mom. Okay,
I
Chief.
know.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would.
Yes.
And then you'd be in fucking prison, right? In this foreign country.
But that's why I was saying that because she has a disabled child, you need to think about it in the court of the public opinion.
Exactly. And I think, though, you're on the right track. That's why I asked the question to see what you would do from here on out, is you would escalate it, but you would escalate it appropriately.
Yes.
Where a lot of people, I just guarantee in the comments that they're not going to. But I think that's the right move right there. Is though she keeps escalating it and like you just keep kind of going tit for tat or whatever, you need to escalate it, but use the tools you have at your disposal to keep you out of fucking trouble.
Most importantly, you need to compose yourself. Maintain your composure because that is what they're banking on. I fucking guarantee it.
Probably.
She's waiting for the moment for you to explode, probably, so she can break out her fucking crocodile tears and be the victim.
I mean, and it'll work.
Yes,
that's the
I know.
thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't fucking do that.
Because I see the situation for what it is, I don't think you're the asshole.
There you go.
But because, and only because she has a disabled child, if you yell at her in public, you're going to be the asshole.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
You are going to be, yeah.
That's just what it fucking is.
That's not.
And anybody that wants to disagree, you're full of shit.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, and especially if you strike this woman, because I'm already seeing it. People are gonna be, oh, I'd knock that bitch out or whatever,
or I'd hit that kid.
Yeah. Okay. You're
now you're absolutely the asshole.
Exactly. Now you're going to jail. Like, you're a fucking idiot, and you didn't have to do that. But your I don't know what else to call it, but COA.
No.
I don't know. Course of action.
My plan.
Yeah, whatever. Plan. Somebody commented on that. I think it was like yesterday, the day before.
Yeah, because you keep saying COA, and then like if somebody just jumps in, they're like, what the fuck is that?
I always say COA and then course of action so people know. Because, like, I don't know how to fucking call it. 10 years in the military. I don't know what to fucking tell you. But
the acronyms
but no.
never go away.
No, they don't. They're fucking ingrained. But anyways, so I think the way that your approach, I think is perfect. That's how you do it. But I wouldn't do it through. I guess you could do it through the tour guide or whatever. I just don't think the tour guide is, for one, gonna have any power here. But the manager definitely could, because maybe they know the manager of the tourist company or whatever, right? You can actually work different avenues and not just the tour guide.
I don't know. I think the tour guide absolutely would have some authority because you're the one that's in charge of the tour. If there are people that are being disruptive, you have the authority to tell them
My only
to
point
leave.
is like tour guides that we've had in the past. There's one tour guide, and like, how are you going to split us up?
No, I know, but
that's my point.
Yeah, but that's also what I'm saying is that so somebody who is in charge of the situation is aware, so that if they do see some fuck shit going on, they can be like, hey, knock it off, or we're going to ask you to leave.
Maybe, yeah.
Simple as that.
Maybe.
There's only so, I'm just saying, there's only so much that you can let these people get away with. And the more that you try to be like, oh my God, let me just handle it by myself, blah, blah, blah. The more it's going to be, like, the easier it's going to be for her to fucking steamroll you and play things in her favor because she has a disabled child.
But one thing that we're not taking into consideration is the hotel won't do anything.
I mean, what is it? That's
part of it. So if the hotel's not going to,
that's where they're like eating at the buffet.
If the hotel's not going to do anything, I wonder if the tour guide's going to do anything. You know what I mean? I wonder what you escalate to.
I don't know.
If the hotel and the tour,
I think that the tour guide would have more more authority as far as like keeping them apart or like maintaining that.
Maybe.
Like the altercation than the hotel. The hotel needs to be focused on the fucking hygiene of it all.
Yeah,
that's what their problem needs to be, not keeping them away.
I don't think that's going to help their overall trip if the hotel doesn't step in. Even if that plan works and like the tour guide actually is able somehow to kind of help the situation, once they get back to the hotel, if the hotel isn't doing anything, you know what I mean?
I'd be like, either you can do something or I'm going to start telling the guests that you got a kid with shitty fingers touching the buffet.
For real.
How do you want to play it?
Pictures, something. Yeah. I mean, that's not bad.
But like, there's a difference between me leaving, between me checking out, and everybody checking out.
Honestly, take
those pictures. Because if I find out I'm staying at a hotel and you got shitty fingers in the buffet, I'm leaving.
Take those pictures to the manager and be like, I'm going to share these pictures if you don't do
like,
something
I'm about to call corporate, actually.
Something.
So, because literally, that is a health issue and it's fucking disgusting.
Oh, yeah. That leads us to our first comment. So obviously the overall Reddit verdict was not the asshole. I grabbed 3 comments as usual. The very first one is not the asshole. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Exactly what you just said. And then the response, his shingers, if you will.
Oh!
They named them. The next one is...
I'm never going to be able to forget that. Shingers?
Wait. Hashtag shingers.
Ew! Do it.
Hit that hashtag. Shingers.
That's so gross.
This is like the next one is this is like that woman who was filmed on the cruise ship in a dining room scratching her fungus-infested foot with her hands and fork, which she then used to eat her food.
I saw that fucking video. What? That's crazy. I don't know why I'm so surprised because obviously the internet, but I know exactly what fucking video they're talking about and I about threw up.
So what, you don't use a fungus fork? It's like a spork.
Oh, God.
But with fungus. The last one is it's disgusting that the moms thinks, and this is probably the most important on like a real level because you started your response with this. It's disgusting that the mom thinks special needs means they can't learn instead of they need special help with certain things.
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly what you said pretty much.
Exactly. And also I do want to say just quick before anybody comes at me for what I had to say in the comments. I worked with special needs people, so I actually do know what I'm talking about as far as like teaching them things and letting them know what's okay and what's not okay. That's actually something that you are required to do when you work in a facility.
There you go.
Just throwing that out there.
Honestly, I don't really care what comes to the comments anymore.
I'm just saying.
If it's not productive, I don't care.
No, I just like to, when I say, sometimes when I speak on things, I feel like I have to say that like I actually do know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking out of my ass. Like,
there's always
I'm just saying.
There's always going to be
that person, and they can lick my shitty asshole on my shitty fingers.
I go back to the Control F that you started with. How like it was a pretty obvious story to us, but you had like 47, not the assholes, which is obvious to us, and you had the everyone sucks here, and then you're the asshole, like something like that. You know what I mean? It's just like you're always gonna have those fucking people.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I think another thing too that I've realized is like. I feel like sometimes people will like have a bad day and you can tell that they come and they take it out in our comments.
Oh, really?
Yes. There are some people you can tell that like, I'm just like, I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to leave you where you are. But there was one that somebody like, they commented something. And then like the day later, like a day or two later, they were like, yeah, so I was actually in a really bad mood. I'm sorry about that. And I was like, that's what's up.
Interesting. I didn't see that one. That's funny.
Yeah, I was just like, so yeah, sometimes that's why I definitely don't take it personally. I know, like we brought up all the comment stuff, but yeah, that's why I really don't take it personally anymore. In the beginning, I would be like, oh my God. But yeah, we're 135 episodes in. The fuck are you going to say that I haven't heard already?
And also like, this should also be a short too, but like everybody can have their own opinions. That's awesome, right? I don't care about that, but like your opinion is not going to fucking change mine.
I know.
You know
and that's why like I don't.
People are like trying to change our minds or whatever, or my mind or whatever the case is. And I'm just like, I don't see it that way.
No.
And your opinion does not change mine. You know what I mean?
Well, and then I've said it before too, that like, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you in the comments because I've already said everything I needed to say here. I'm just going to be repeating myself.
That's the biggest thing.
If you want to argue with me in real time, watch the full episode because I'm not going to give it to you in the comments.
Or we go live.
I'm not going to argue with you then either because I fucking said what I said.
That's 100% true though, because like there was one where I swear I had the same conversation like 30 or fucking 50 times at this point, and I just got to the point where I was like, I'm done.
Sometimes,
like I am fucking done. I'm not arguing. If you want to see it that way, that's fine. I think you're fucking wrong. You can think I'm wrong. That's fine.
Yes.
But I'm not going to entertain those comments anymore.
Sometimes people are
Now,
just
hold on. If it's a constructive, that's the difference for me.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that are just like, that's a stupid take or whatever. I'm like, well, why? Because it's not your opinion. I don't give a fuck about your opinion at this point. Now, if somebody comes at it, and this has happened a lot in the comments, and I truly appreciate that, is that when they come at it, they're like, oh, you know, that's interesting or whatever, but I have a different take or whatever, and they actually explain their side, but they see both sides.
Yeah, like if we can have a decent conversation about it, that's fine. It's perfectly fine, and we disagree and everything.
That could possibly kind of sway my opinion because maybe I didn't look at it a certain way.
Yeah, I've definitely said that in the comments too. Like, I didn't consider that. That's actually a really good point.
That's different. But if you're just going to be fucking aggressive, like, oh, it's a shit take. Well, you got a shitty face too. So I don't know what to fucking tell you. You know what I mean? With your shitty fingers.
I was going to say he had a run-in with shit fingers.
God.
No, really though, what I was gonna say is that like it seems like some people are just determined to misunderstand what we're saying, and I've decided that I don't care anymore to try and correct them.
I don't care.
If you want to misunderstand me, That's
fine.
Your business. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
And like, I'm still gonna share my fucking opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And truly, I mean, I hope that everybody continues and we can continue to have these good conversations and stuff. Just don't be a dick about it.
That's why I have that one rule for like all of our platforms is you attack the argument, not the person. Once I log and once I, get on one of the socials and I see somebody attacking somebody else, hey, just chill, bro.
Yeah.
Chill. And if you don't, then we're just going to fucking... I've already blocked 2 people just because they're super aggressive. You know what I mean? And like, this is not meant to be... This is meant to be free entertainment.
Yeah.
Right? For our community. But also like a safe place to... Talk and escape from all the daily bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, place you can just kind of chill out, watch some videos, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just going to come here with your aggressive fucking energy and just bring all that drama, this is no longer a platform where you just come to chill. It's one that you... this is going to turn into a place where you come to fucking argue.
Well, that's what I was going to say, too, is, like, I don't want to do, like, the rage baiting and shit like that. Like, it's not meant to be an angry space. You
can have a conversation. You can have a difference in opinions and have a fucking conversation and not be douchey about it, if you will.
Did you just call me a douche?
Some people in the comments, absolutely. Hashtag douche face.
No, we gotta do hashtag shingers.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Hashtag shingers.
Ooh, that's so gross. That's all I'm gonna think about now.
Oh God.
I was hungry before we started.
Not anymore.
No,
go
that
to a buffet?
ruined it. No, that's all I'm going to be thinking about now. I think I'm going to have to be off buffets for a minute.
I don't know why I think of this. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way or anything like that.
Oh, God,
but
Allie, stand by. We might have to cut this out.
The only thing I think about when this kid goes up to the buffet without the tongs, take my strong hand.
Oh! Just in the mashed potatoes.
Take my strong hand. Oh, God. All right. That was our last Am I the Asshole?
All right. So, who do you think was the biggest asshole? Don't say asshole. We've got Space Saver, Unannounced Guests, Clientele Controller, and Shitty Fingers.
Oh, God. I don't know. The parents and Shitty Fingers is pretty... I mean, I don't know if I can beat that one. Space Saver was what again?
the friend or the person that was saving the space for their friend.
Oh,
and then the other person parked there.
I don't think that's unannounced guests.
Yeah.
I mean, those parents. Oof, that's another good one. Those parents are now again. We only have one side of it, so we don't know their side. I can't really think of
I can't think of anything that's gonna justify it.
I don't think so. That's pretty stalkish behavior. So I'm torn. Clientele controller was
the old white woman with the dog.
No, she's just an old white woman. It's just their personality. So definitely between Shitty Fingers and Unannounced Guests. Honestly, both those are mine. I don't know. I don't know. I am truly torn between those two because the Unannounced Guests, those parents were they're very overbearing. To the point we're kind of stalkish, you know. But Shitty Fingers, you basically just, you know, sicked your son on me. You know what I mean? And now I have nothing. The hotel's not helping. Fucking no one's helping.
We're all gonna get.
It's supposed to be vacation. You're getting everybody sick.
Because he's digging in his asshole.
Yeah. Honestly,
I think the mom in Shitty Fingers is the biggest asshole.
I don't want to say the kid and Shitty Fingers
because somebody should be teaching him, and his
true.
mom is encouraging his behavior. She's the driving force behind him.
Honestly, I think that's the biggest one for me there. Shitty Fingers, because you are not helping this kid. This kid has a great opportunity to have a normal life.
That's what I was just gonna say.
But you're
feel
letting
like
the
mom,
shitty behavior continue.
She is setting him up for failure by letting his behavior continue this way and not trying to teach him boundaries, hygiene, all these things. You are really doing your child a great disservice, as well as everybody around.
That right there, I think, nails it. Because the Unannounced Guests, the OP in that, so the daughter is old enough, 23, enough to actually, she got 4 hours getting away. Yeah, exactly. So but she's old enough to actually
function,
set those boundaries and function and defend herself and stuff like that, right? Whereas the kid in Shitty Fingers, he doesn't. You know, no one's gonna correct behavior, and they're just gonna let it ride, and then he's gonna go through, he's gonna get older and older. And think
all
this
is okay.
normal when no one taught him any different. So I think it's definitely the mom in Shitty Fingers.
Yep.
For sure.
Yes. Well, now that we've placed our votes, it's your guys' turn to let us know who you think was the biggest asshole of this episode. So, do you have anything else that you'd like to add?
I guess the only thing I want to add is I think we're going to continue doing this as long as you think it's a good idea. I think we just start, because I said this before we got on the mic, that I wanted to try this, where we put our own title.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Any OG kind of listeners that have been with us, for a while, knows that we haven't always done this, but we do it at the end of these episodes because we like to vote on who the biggest asshole is within this episode. So instead of just saying the title, the one that we kind of label it, at the end when we vote, we're going to start putting it at the beginning. So that's why we're calling this one blank.
Yeah, so let us know if you like that, don't like that. Is it confusing? Is it, I don't know, whatever. Just let us know. And we will respond.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So, all right. Well, that's all I've got for this episode. So, as always, if you'd like to submit your story to be read on the episode, you can email them to therantingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can submit them to our subreddit under the same name. And then if you're enjoying listening to the podcast, please like, share, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Our full episodes are available on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, and Apple. And you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all under The Ranting Podcast.
Boom.
So, keep ranting and come tell us.
There it is. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.